Yes, we are live. Welcome back, my dear friends. This is episode number 77 of Zero Point Healing Show. And in today's show, we are going to discuss about a most crucial topic of all, which is the love relationship. But before I move on to the amazing facilitator who has come to me on my show today, just a short intro about me. I'm Vishnupriya and I'm certified in multiple different healing modalities, and I have been coming through this journey of becoming a holistic healing practitioner, and from there now I've kind of started being a business coach for spiritual entrepreneurs is what I'm doing right now. But during my journey through these different modalities, I it helped me, each of these modalities helped me learn new things. And I found that not a single modality actually has answers to all questions. It was all of these different kind of doorways that opened in front of me that took me into a new me. So that kind of like a passion, it grew as a passion in me. And I think that's how the whole zeropointhealing.com, which is a web directory for all holistic healing practitioners, that I ended up launching. So that's what this is all about. And here in my interview show, I invite multiple different holistic healing practitioners from all around the world across all different healing modalities. Right now, there are about 50 different healing modalities that are registered on Zero Point Healing. And if you are a holistic healing practitioner yourself, I invite you to zeropointhealing.com. You can register there. And if you're interested in one such interview with me, you can let me know about that as well. So here we go on. I'm moving on to my beautiful guest today. Welcome, Sami. Thank you so much for being with me today. So tell us a little bit about you and your background, your journey into this holistic healing world.
Hi, thank you for inviting me. It's an honor to be here. And yeah, my journey was a very long one. So I was born in Lebanon. I'm half Lebanese, I'm half Swiss. Born in Lebanon, you know, and with 3 years old already the war started. And so it was very traumatic. And then we had to move when I was 12. On 12, we moved to Switzerland, and that was peaceful there. With 14, I got acne, so that was not good for me. It was very hard in puberty to have acne, so it really plummeted my self-confidence, self-worth, self-esteem, and all that. And with 17, I got beaten up by a couple of guys. I tried to defend a friend, and they got me because I was the bigger guy, so that didn't help. With 22, I lost my mother, and because she had heart problems, that was very traumatic. So it was a difficult journey, you know, and losing my mom because I was very close to her, and it was like, you know, so it was like the end of the world for me when I was 22. I felt completely lost. And with 34, I lost my dad. So that was also, you know, was like already. So as you see, I had many traumatic experiences, and I was like, why is life so hard to me, you know? I didn't understand. Also finding my path as a healer to also my profession. You know, with 15, 16, I didn't know what to do. I was like, you know, I don't know what to do. And then I came into tool making. And because I didn't want to go to the office, or university was not interesting for me, I was like, you know, I come from a doctor's family, you know, my father's a doctor, my uncles are doctors, my cousins are doctors. And I was like, I don't feel like I want to become a doctor, you know, like I admire them, they're very successful. And I'm like, you know, where's my place in this world, you know? But so I did tool making. I did that for around 10 years on and off. And traveled the world, but I was just like, my passion and my heart was not in there. And so I was like, you know, no, this is, I could have been the manager, I could have climbed in the company, but I was like, no, this is not for me. My heart, my passion, my dharma, I'm not feeling it. So I was like, no, let's go on a journey. Let's find, I could have chosen security and worked till 65 and got my pension and a good salary. But I was like, no, this is it. Working in a factory, like nothing wrong. If it's your passion, yes, of course. If it's your heart, isn't it? Go for it. But then, so I was like, really, as you know, at like 20 different professions. I was like searching. I know there's a treasure, and I never gave up. And then after fitness, I came to fitness after tool making, you know, and that was good, you know, being in fitness, training the body, changing people's lives there, you know, and that was much more fun working with people. I love that, you know, and I did that for 10 years. And but after 10 years, I was like, it was not deep enough for me, you know, it was like too shallow working just with the body. And then also, like, I had one of my dreams, I also came into acting, you know. So I came into acting, and you know, it was kind of always a dream of me, you know, it was hidden inside. So I was like pursued that for 10 years on the side of fitness. And I wanted to really to be a big Hollywood star. It was like, you know, I went to America, I went to New York, did acting courses there. I really pursued that passionately. And but actually, I was like, I wanted the world to love me in one way, to be honest. It was not really for the acting, because, you know, I felt like so, you know, empty not having my parents, and I wanted to be loved, you know, and all that stuff. So I wanted the whole world to love me, and I pursued that. But after 10 years, I got some setbacks, and I was like, you know, seeing the other side of acting, also acting in one of Bollywood movies, just a little role. So it was fun. Like, you know, I don't regret anything. But after, when I was 40, my whole dream kind of shattered. You know, I didn't have the energy to continue you know, and then I was completely lost. With 40, I was like, oh my God, they didn't build anything really. And then I came across Dr. Nelson, Bradley Nelson, in a documentary, Emotion. And I saw him, and he talked about emotional baggage, and I was like, oh my God, he's talking to me, you know, like I had so much emotional baggage. I had so much, you know, I felt like he's, you know, I need to know everything about, he talked about the heart wall. And I was like, oh, I need to read his book. I read his book, I loved it. And then I got some sessions done from a practitioner, of his practitioner. And actually, it was the wife of his brother that opened my heart, removed my heart wall. And for me, it was like an epiphany. You know, I was like, wow. I did like other modalities, but nothing worked so much like the emotion body code. For me, like, just opening my heart was like, wow. Every session, she did in 3 sessions, a whole world changed, you know. Like, the barrier was gone. I felt freer, lighter. My confidence was coming back. And, you know, just, I was naturally going more to people, and people were coming just naturally more to me. Everything started, you know, being better. And I was like, I was hooked, you know, I wanted to know everything, and I wanted to learn this modality. So I learned it. I got to the body code, and then I saw really a future in it. And I said to myself, wow, this is something I want to do later, you know. And then I did the certification, and here I am, 6 years later, you know, pursuing my passion, having my clients, working for myself, and living by the beach, and being the happiest person. So yeah, it's a long story.
Wow,
So,
but such a beautiful story of
mhm,
your journey of life, and how the journey kind of brought you to where you have to be at this time. So
mhm,
everything is
yeah,
always right and always perfect. So
it
now
is.
let's get into the whole topic of how to find your love with the body code, and we can discuss a little bit about how you work with your clients on helping them find their love relationship. So tell us, first of all, a little bit about the heart wall, because I'm sure a lot of viewers who are watching us now might not know what heart wall really is. So tell us,
Mhm.
what is heart wall and how it is kind of blocking us from, especially when it comes to the topic of love relationship, blocking us from our right partner.
Yeah, well, the heart wall, 93% of the people we estimate that have a heart wall have a closed heart. Okay, we're all born with an open heart, and then things happen at home. Maybe you have an abusive father. At school, you get maybe bullied, you know, and then you know, in your puberty, you have some issues. You know, you lose a dear person from you. all those, you know, traumatic experiences are so intense and negative, because, you know, life can, it's not Disneyland sometimes in this world, you know, we come from a beautiful place, and then we come to this world that it's, you know, there's a lot of, you know, negativity and a lot of hurt, a lot of, so the heart, because it's open when you're a child, and then it's like feeling all those negative emotions, so it needs to protect yourself, because you're feeling 100% of all the emotions. So the subconscious mind says, no, I need to filter them, I need to numb them, because I need to shield them. So that's why it builds this wall around your heart, layer on layer, with all the emotion that you experienced, and it will protect you, will numb them. You will still feel the negativity, but not as much. And also, but also the problem is, will, you know, then positive emotions will numb them as well. So, but yeah, so it will, you're feeling like in a bunker as well. So it's good while you're getting hurt. It's great to have this bunker, you know, and but it can really hinder you to find love. It can really, you know, hinder you to give and receive love as well. You feel like always, like, you know, in a, you know, in the corner, you feel like the sun is shining, but there's a gray cloud in front of it. So it will diminish the light that's coming. Once you want to move on, it's the best to remove it, because it, you know, like a lot of people have a heart wall and they get married, they're happy. For some, it doesn't really affect them, you know, but some people, it affects them immensely, you know. And I feel like those people who have really had a tough life, a tough journey, it can really hinder them more. So, and also, like, it's the best to remove it once you really want to get ahead and start a new life, you know. And, you know, I tested the subconscious mind. I asked him, how much are the success rate just removing the heart wall is 72%. So imagine just, and I can release it mostly in one session. In one session, I can release, and 72% rises. And so it's almost 3/4 of the journey. So it makes life so much easier. So yeah.
Right. So now let's talk about the body code and how the body code actually helps us release the heart wall, as well as, you know, help us find the love relationship of our life. So tell us a bit about the body code and the processes on it.
Okay. The thing is, to attract love, love has a frequency. And if you have, you know, emotional baggage, a closed heart and all that, you're not having the right frequency to attract love. Okay. And the first step is to release the heart wall. And with the body code, you know, we can, I can ask the body code, like, what is the root cause of the heart wall? And I can navigate, but mostly it's all emotions. It's actually, with the emotion code, you can release the heart wall. You don't need the body code. The emotion code is only emotions, is a chart with 60 negative emotions. And the body code has 6 main areas. You have energy, circuit systems, pathogens, toxins, misalignments, and nutrition lifestyle. So yeah, this is my first step, is I release the heart wall, and then I tell my clients to, if they want, of course, if they feel like this is not enough, we can go to and do the singles program. And there I remove other root causes that can hinder you. And I ask the subconscious mind, how much is the success rate when they go release the heart wall and the singles program? It raises up to 94%. So it's quite very high. And I want to, and I'm finding all the time new root causes that hinder us, you know. So now it's like I'm finding out that's really self-love is also a root cause. And then I can work on that. I can also remove all the root causes why someone doesn't love themselves. Okay. And also it's about talking to yourself in a loving way, because most of the people don't love themselves. And also, this is my theme in a moment. Like imagine after all this, I'm just like, I found out how is my self-image, you know, like my self-love, and it's could be much better. So, you know, we all have many things to work on. So yeah.
That's nice. And talking about the singles program, so is it like a part of body code, or is it something that kind of you have developed? And tell us a little bit about what happens in the singles program after we have done the heart wall.
Mhm. Well, the singles program, it's actually a program that I got from Discover Healing. It's actually there. But it's not. I put the name singles program. It's actually resonating relationships. But for me, because it works for singles and couples. You know, it's if someone's single, it works for them, and also couples that want to better their relationships, they can work on that too. But you need to work on individually on each one of them. But I'm specialized with singles, and so I called it singles program. And so the first thing is just, you know, I just see how the relationship, how emotional pain points, what they have, conflict resolution, you know, are you kind of the person that hides away, or, you know, like, or the one who just, you know, are you competing with your partner? Some couples are competing each other, you know, like if you have this in your subconscious mind, like competition, like you shouldn't be competing with your partner, you know, or, you know, the best ways to collaborate, you know. This one needs to be primary. So I release, if it's like secondary, I just remove whatever needs to be removed with a body code. So it switches off to primary. And the same thing with all the conflict resolution ones. So, and then pain points, I remove all the pain points. There's questions. Then history and trauma, like I ask questions about how good, you know, how was the relationship between their parents, you know. And then I come to the limiting beliefs, positive beliefs, you know, I deserve love. You know, if you have, and I test if it's positive, it's good. If it's not positive, there's some issues there. Then I remove it with a body code till it turns positive. And then you have the negative ones, you know, I don't deserve love, you know, and etc. etc. And I released all the negative. I test because I have lists. I have 2 lists of positive beliefs, 2 lists of negative ones, and I have my own ones that I discovered or found out that there is more beliefs. We have so much beliefs. So really, beliefs are so important. My God, you know, if you believe like, you know, all the good ones are taken, and you're on a dating website, it's going to be always your reality. So it's really so important. Beliefs are one of the biggest ones. And then you have the cordings. All the cordings with your ex-partners need to be released so you can move on, you know. And you have the heart-to-heart connection. If you still connect with them, it's your choice. It's best if to cut it if you want. Remove that. And you have the negative ones, the cordings, to gut cordings. And those are negative cordings with your ex-partners that really lower your frequency, your connection mode or your nurture mode. And that really can, because this is the cording that was negative. You had fights, you went back and forth. And so you still connect them, even if it's 20 years ago, and you still connect with this partner, your first love, and you want a new love and you still connect with the old one, you won't, you know. That's why there's so many singles there. They've been like 20, 30 years single or more, you know, like nothing's happening in their life. And then they always hoping, oh, next year I will find one. Next year I found one. But you need to work on yourself, you know. You need to remove your emotional baggage, your subconscious beliefs and blocks, etc. So this is the cordings, and also vows. You know, if you think like my husband was the only one for me, and you swore that to yourself, and you know, you divorced, and then you looking for a new partner, that's a vow that's so strong. So that's also, you can release it with a body code. And yeah, then you have the connection mode, needs to be 100%. I test like everything. I take the first session, I take all the information about the client. So it takes me one session to take all the information, and I test the connection mode. It needs to be 100%. If it's not, it's, we remove whatever. As soon as I start working, the connection mode starts. Some people have a connection mode of 30%. So you're not in the frequency of love. Okay, just not gonna, and connection mode is really connecting with other people. And then you have the nurture mode. It's good to attract someone, but also if you don't nurture it, it's like a plant, it's like a flower. It needs water, it needs sun. If you don't know how to nurture and you have emotional baggage that hinders you to nurture something, it will die. So the nurture mode needs to be also 100%. Then, we set the goal alignment. A goal alignment, you say what feelings you want to experience, which qualities you want in your partner, they're loving, they're caring, etc. You tell me what you want. And then it's like, oh, I want my partner to be, healthy, loving, caring, etc. You just say. And then I want to feel happy, I want to feel loved, you tell all the feelings. And then your goal alignment needs to be 100%. I ask subconscious mind, it's 100%. If not, I release. So it's 100%. And yeah, that's it. And also setting an intention. This is something also, it's not in the program, but it's also important to set an intention, because this is the most powerful energy. So if you don't we set an intention, and there's other things I can work on, vision board. They can put a vision board, something, outside of this program that I realized it's so important to do those things, So, yeah.
Wow. So it looks like you also mentioned about a lot of different technical terms. So I'm wondering if our viewers can understand it. So again, as he was talking about all of these connection modes and all the balances and stuff that he was going through. So that is how the process usually is with body code. There's so many different things that they kind of check and test and release in us. So Sami, could you tell us, like you said, so many different things, how many sessions would something like that take? So in your singles program, how many weeks or how many sessions are you doing for the clients?
Well, the starter pack is 3 sessions, but usually it's not enough. So it takes maybe 2 packs, up to 2 packs of 3 or up to 10, depends on every client. It can really take up to 10 sometimes. So it really depends on the clients, how many blocks they have, how many things. And yeah, so it really depends on the client. But usually, yeah, it's minimum around 5 to 10, depends. Yeah.
Sure.
So, and also I have, if they want to work on more beliefs, because I have my lists of limiting beliefs, I can go through them, and if they have them, they can work on that. What I realized also, to despair anchors also regarding love, despair anchors are also like limiting beliefs. They're anchored in subconscious mind, and they also can hinder us, to attract love. And for example, also I discovered that the inner child of us has also a heart wall. So that's something also can hinder you to attract love as well. So there's many things we can work on. So it also depends if the client wants to work on them. Yeah, but we collaborate and see what is stopping them, and then we see.
Sure. And maybe you can share maybe an example of a client story where you did these sessions, and what kind of results did the client get?
Yeah. So I had a friend, and he was single for a long time. Nothing was happening in his single life, and he's shy, and and I told him, like, I can open your heart wall. And he was like, what's a heart wall? So I explained it to him, and he was like, yeah, that's really interesting. Let's do this. Okay. And he's very sensitive, and and so I was like, okay, let's work on your heart wall. So I removed his heart wall, and he felt so much lighter, and all these negative thoughts that it affected also his thinking. So he felt lighter. He connected more with people. He was going more to people. People were coming to more. He was laughing more, being more happy. But he realized it's not everything. There's more things. So I said, yeah, let's do the singles program. And so we did the singles program, and boom, it happened. Three months later, he found his love, you know. And but actually, he was already working with her for a couple of years because he's a teacher, and they were working in the same school, but there was nothing between happening between them. And suddenly, when I worked on him, boom, it connected. So because his frequency changed, you know, all this emotional blocks was keeping him low. So the frequency of love was here, and he was here. So boom, it happens. And then yeah, like 3 months later, they moved in together, and they're still together now. They bought a house and building their future together, you know. Just, you know, like it's amazing to hear that. So, and another friend, I just released his heart wall, that's it. And a couple of months later, again, he met the love of his life, and they had a baby, and you know, they're living together and still together. And I have another friend, she's been 13 years, you know, struggling with love, and, you know, she had a burnout and everything. And also with men was a big problem. And then I released her heart wall, just really released her heart wall. And, she met the love of her life. And now their child is 1 year old, and they're still together and happy. So it's a magical thing, you know, that with the heart wall, I want to open as many heart walls as possible in this world, because we need to open our hearts, you know, and because the world will be a better place for sure.
Exactly. And I'll quickly also share my experience with Sami. Sami actually did a session for me using the body code. But for me, I kind of chose to work on my physical symptoms, physical little issues that I had, because I already have a beautiful marriage relationship going on. So it's like I chose to work with the physical symptoms, and I had a little bit of, you know, dry skin and bloating kind of issues, digestion issues. So I worked on that, because body code is really powerful, especially when we are working on any kind of, you know, physical issues. And literally I was like, wow. And there were so many emotions. So the body emotion code and body code, so those are two kind of areas that Sami works on, but emotion code is like a part of body code. And what happens during the session is basically like, they are, so for example, we started working on the dry skin, and then it went back to multiple different kind of emotions that I faced, especially at the age of 3 and 7. If you remember, Sami, it was coming over and over again, and looked like, today I was like talking to my mother, what exactly happened at the age of 3? It looks like there's so many different, you know, negative emotions that got trapped in me during that. And she was saying, oh, we were doing this kind of shift that was happening, and there was so many financial troubles and problems that was going in life at that time. So it's like, okay, so at that time there was like a lot of helplessness and despair and crying. These were the different kind of emotions that were kind of detected. So what happens again in the session is they are doing muscle testing and connecting with our subconscious mind and going into the root cause of the problem. Now you might imagine a dry skin, how does it has anything to do with, you know, helplessness that I felt at the age of 3? But that's where it really goes back to, that is the root cause. And of course the medical industry of today can give me creams that I can put on my skin, but that's not going to solve the problem. But these holistic healing modalities actually help us go into the root cause of it and release the true cause of different kind of, either it is physical symptoms, or it can be the love relationship that we are talking about, or it can be the financial side of things, it can be the career profession that we are in. Regardless of which area of your life it is, the root causes goes back to different kind of, you know, trapped emotions that was trapped in us, different kind of patterns that's programmed in our subconscious mind. So this is where all of those root causes go towards. And my experience with him was amazing. The session was like, we worked on different glands, and body code was kind of a new modality that I worked on, even though emotion code I've done previously. So with the body code, we went into different glands that was not working properly. For example, the adrenal gland was something that we did a balance on that, and there was a parasympathetic nervous system and some of these things, which I think emotion code is really, the body code is really unique, that it consists of going into the different glands, different organs, and different, especially the chakras, the aura. There's so many different things that the body code covers. And I was like, wow, this is so amazing that we get to understand where the problem lies within us and then release it. And as Sami was mentioning, heart wall is one of those major blocks. And I got my heart wall released as well just a few weeks back. And it was like, it's so the heart wall basically that we spoke about, it's like blocking us from receiving love in all forms. Love, not really just love from people, but even abundance, even the financial side of things is also, money is also love. So if there is a block that is resisting us from receiving love in general, then that is also keeping us away from people around us from whom we can receive love. So that is what the emotion code and the body code is all about. And as you have heard from Sami's client stories as well, the results that it can give you is so, so powerful that we just cannot say it in words. Literally, I have seen my life changing in a week or so right after I do these kind of sessions on whatever the topic is. So I highly, highly recommend, and we have Sami's link posted right below this video. So you can click on that video and you can have a conversation with him. So do you do any kind of consultation kind of sessions, Sami?
Yeah, of course. The first one, I'll explain a bit more about the emotion body code, and then we can start already we can start on working on the issue,
Mm-hmm.
So jumpstart session, this is like the first one, just to get to know me and what I do, and just and then we can work on an issue, and yeah. And then if they like it, they can continue, and that's it. So then we can choose whatever they're single or have physical symptoms or other issues or root causes we need to learn. Yeah.
Sure. All right. So you can click on the link below and you can contact him. You can send him an email and you can, get a consultation session booked and talk to him about the issues that you are facing in your life and see what solution he can give for you, and then work from there and go from there. And additionally, we also have a 10% off discount coupon code for you, which is 0 point. Just for watching this video, you are getting a 10% off discount coupon code as well. So when you contact him, just let him know that you found him through 0 point and he will give you that discount as well. All right. Any final words, Sami, before we end?
Well, have the courage to remove your emotional baggage, because you have nothing to lose, only your emotional baggage, because this is such a big thing, emotional baggage. A lot of people are not aware of it, and because we all have emotional baggage. Of course, some people have a lot, some have less, but it's really, you feel freer, you feel lighter, because we all carry a 50-kilo bag with us, most of us. And we wake up with it, we go to sleep with it, and costs us energy. It kind of, can create, physical symptoms, etc. So why carry this bag with you? Just release it, so you'll feel you have more energy. You stay younger and healthier and happier for sure. So yeah, this is what.
Sure.
So yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, my dear viewers. So if you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe and please do share. If you know of any friends, family, relatives, anybody who is in this process of searching for their love relationship, then sure Sami can help them. So please do share this video. Even watching this video might open them up, understanding that the root causes to their problems are different. So please do share, and thank you so much for all your support. I'm gonna see you in my next show. Thank you, Sami.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.